So let's first talk about perfect competition in the short run. So just as with any kind of firm, we assume that all firms want to maximize their profits. Okay, so we assume that the number one goal of firms is to maximize their profits. Okay. So what happens in perfect competition is the market ends up setting the price. So each firm is a price taker. They take the price as given. So, for example, when you go to the store, you're not going to see much price difference in the price of flour or in sugar. They're basically all going to be the same. Now, because there's only one price, that price will end up equaling the marginal revenue. Now, we'll show that in a second, but the basic idea is because there's just the one price, if you sell 1 unit, you're going to get, let's say the price is $5. You sell 1 unit, you're going to get $5 additional of revenue for it. If you sell the second unit, you're still going to get just $5 additional, a third, 5, and so on and so forth. So here's what's going to happen. Now the price is going to equal the marginal revenue. This is for the firm. Now it's also going to equal the average revenue. That is also going to serve as the demand curve for each firm in a perfectly competitive market. So question might be, well, wait, why is that? The reason why is that because there's so many firms, because each firm sells an identical product, they have no influence on the price. And the other part is because each firm is such a small part of the market, no matter how much they produce, that's the price they're going to sell at. Okay? So from that firm's perspective, that is going to be their demand. So let's look at an example of that. So let's look at an example where the price of a good is $6. Okay? Price of the good is $6. And we're going to look at the marginal cost, the total revenue, marginal revenue, profit. So let's first look at we have output and total cost. Let's first look at the marginal cost. And oops. So as we move from 0 to 1 units, total cost goes up from 4 to 6. Marginal cost, change in total cost divided by change in output. Your cost goes up by 6, or by 2. And then it goes up by 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Right? So our total revenue. Our total revenue is going to be the price times the number of units we sell. Now again, our price is being set at $6. That's what the market is saying it is. And so for each unit we sell, we're going to make $6 off it. So the quantity times the price. And go down. So now let's look at the marginal revenue. The marginal revenue is the change in total revenue divided by change in output. So when we go from producing 0 to 1, our total revenue goes from 0 to 6. And so it goes up by 6. When we go from 1 to 2, it goes from 6 to 12, goes up by 6. And then they all go up by 6. So the marginal revenue for all units ends up being 6. So I also mentioned average revenue. So yes, the average revenue, which is the total divided by the quantity, total revenue divided by the quantity, 6 divided by 1 is 6, 12 divided by 2 is 6, and so on and so forth. So when the price equals the marginal revenue, that will also equal the average revenue. So now let's look at profit. Profit, total revenue, minus total cost. Profit, total revenue, minus total cost. And so when you produce nothing, you don't make any revenue, but you still have a cost of 4. Now, by the way, this is a good indication that this is a firm in the short run. Because remember, when we produce nothing, we have no variable cost. And so the total cost when we produce nothing is going to be our fixed cost. And because we have a cost when we produce nothing, we know there has to be a fixed cost. And so it has to be the case where we're in the short run. All right, so if we go through and do this, profit, when we produce 1 unit, our total revenue is 6. Our total cost is 6. So our profit is 0. When we go through, 12 minus 10, 2. 18 minus 16, 2. 24 minus 24, 0. So now when we look at this, we can see that our profit is largest when it's 2. That's when we were producing either 2 or 3 units. Okay. So let's go back. So profit maximization. Firms look at, we talked about people making decisions at the market. Firms also make decisions at the margin. So basically, a firm is going to look unit by unit. And they're going to say, okay, can I profit off this unit? If it's yes, they're going to do it. If it's no, they won't. So by looking at that, you want to look at the revenue you're going to get versus the cost. So again, you're looking at profit. A firm's going to produce a unit if they can profit from it. And so the firm is going to produce if the revenue they get from that unit, the marginal revenue or the price, is greater than the cost of that unit, the marginal cost. So let's look at some examples, or not examples, some cases. So if the price is greater than the marginal cost, they're going to profit. So they're going to make more. So if something costs $10 and so if a unit costs $10 and the price they're going to get is 15 if they make and sell it, okay, well, let's see. The cost of that unit is 10. The price I'm going to get is 15. I'll make a profit of $5 by doing this. Okay? So if the price is greater than the marginal cost, they're going to profit. So say, yeah, that's great. Let's make it. So in that case, they make more. If, however, the price is less than the marginal cost, they're going to take a loss. Okay? So if it's costing you $10 to make a unit of something, but the price you're receiving is $3, okay? So 10 to make, 3 is what you're going to receive. So you're actually going to take a loss on that unit of $7. So if that's the case, you're not going to do it. You're going to make less. And so the point that these firms want to get to is where the price of the good equals the marginal cost. It's the point where if they make more, they're going to start to lose money. If they make less, they're going to give up money. So this price equals marginal cost, that's the optimal point. And so here's an example. So here we have the marginal revenue, and which is equal to the price. And so this shows you the quantity of sweaters per day and the cost prices. And so when you go from producing 8 to 9, and just assume that this is, just for simplicity, let's say it's from 8 million to 9 million. So when you move from 8 million to 9 million sweaters, here's the price you're going to receive for them. Here is the cost of those units, all right, the marginal cost. So because the price is greater than the marginal cost, by going from 8 to 9, they're going to be making a profit. So they're going to do it. They're going to make more. Now, at 9, okay, they have a certain level of profit. If they keep producing, let's say they want to go from 9 to 10. Well, from 9 to 10, the marginal cost, the cost of that unit, is greater than the revenue that they're going to receive from it. So by doing that, they're actually going to lose money. So again, it's the case where if price is greater than marginal cost, you're making profit, so you want to produce more. If price is less than marginal cost, you're going to be taking a loss on those units, so you want to produce less. So let's go back and let's look at the original example which we were working on. So in our original example, we said that when quantity was either 2 or 3, we were maximizing our profit. Well, let's see. When you produce nothing, actually, so when you produce 1 unit, your marginal cost is 2, your marginal revenue or the price is 6, and so the profit on that unit, 6 minus 2, the profit on that first unit is $4. And so that's what you see your profit go up by. It goes from -4 to 0. When you go from 1 to 2, the marginal cost of the second unit is 4. The marginal revenue is 6. 6 minus 4. Your profit on the second unit is 2. And so your profit goes up by 2. Goes from 0 to 2. We go to the third. On the third unit, marginal cost is 6. Marginal revenue is 6. And so the profit for that unit, the marginal profit, is going to be 0. Profit doesn't go up. Now, if you keep on going, all right, so let's say we produce the fourth unit. The fourth unit, the marginal cost is 8. The marginal revenue is 6. So that unit is costing you $2 more to make than you're going to bring in revenue. And so you're taking a loss of $2 on that unit. So your total profit is actually going to go down by $2. And this is going to continue. So again, maximize profit where price equals marginal cost, right here. Price or marginal revenue equals marginal cost, profit, maximize. Okay? So you can see it all kind of works out in here.